Today is Wednesday the 28th, and we have visited all the good things to see in the areas close to us. So we had to drive quite some distance today, and we came to a town called Carmona. And once again, it's been settled by Romans, so we're going to see some of that. This is an old wall. There's this Moorish castle here. Later, of course, becomes Christian. And we've paid €2 a piece to come into this museum and find out what there is to see. So it was quite interesting. Just coming up the steps, how the materials they need. You can see some of this is very old that they've excavated. That probably is Roman. And then you see you have this old wall here, which is very old. And then you have, I would suggest that this is Roman. And this wall here is Roman. And that's called the Tower of Carmona. Look, I had to climb up the so I need to get here. You can see there's some siege balls from the Roman times, and that most certainly was a well right here. And my wife disappeared. But I think there is a museum. Oh, I gotta go back the way I came. Yeah.
The remains have been dating from the 12th to the 12th centuries BC.
BC.
The first fortification on the site was the tower with a circular ground plan, some 10 meters in diameter, which formed part of the larger defense complex, dating back to the 8th century BC. 8th century BC. How did you get down there? Okay, the Carthaginians built a bulwark at the site of the original tower, casting the mold of its powerful, sturdy, quadrangular appearance, designed then to withstand the assault of the enemies. Okay, it was, however, in Roman times, between the 3rd century and the 1st century, that it began to acquire a semblance of the way it looks today. So,
some of these stones are really been carved.
The Romans reinforced the structure erected by the Carthaginians with a series of gates which can still be seen to the present day, adding the northern gate.
I can't probably hear you.
On the site. So the Romans built a temple on this site.
All right.
Did you figure out where that is?
No.
Oh, okay. Look at those
Well, what's in
walls.
there?
Oh, it's a hall. That's a hall. Look at the Arabic. Look at the Arabic.
Yeah, there's that window.
Arabic designs.
So I'm going to go in there and I'll shut this off Well, maybe the temple is here because you see that the columns. The Roman temple may have been right here in this square. So just to reinforce what you may not have heard when Maria was reading the early history of this town, it was this fortress, parts of it was built in the 9th century BC, and then reinforced again in the 3rd century BC by the Carthaginians, and then reinforced again in the 1st century BC and 1st century AD by the Romans, and then once again by the Moors. So there's an awesome gate that we go through, and I'm going to get a picture, some video of that. And this was a temple on top. I'm thinking the temple's right there in that square. Yeah. Okay, we got a better deal, €2 per person. The other day we were in Antequera and we paid 15 total, 7.5 a person, and we didn't find out near the information, just buildings. Just remember that when it comes to letting people know where to go. So here's some more of the walls of the old fortresses. And then over here is one of the gates you go through to get into the old town, which we're going to walk into. It was a completely walled city. So when I was reading the history up on top in that hall, it said that the early Roman wall was built with just rubble. And this looks like rubble to me. And then the sign says excavation of archaeology of Carmona. Whatever is here, they think it's important because you see they've covered it with a roof. So, very, very interesting. Oh, we got too dark, I think, but that's the first gate you had to come through. And then hola. Hola. So then I'm walking through the second one into the old city. Now, let's see. Yeah, we were up on top, went up those steps. You get an idea of this massive structure. We're all the way up there. Okay, we're going to go down San Pedro Street. See what there is to see. So we have walked up the street and come to the Plaza del San Fernando. And it's very picturesque. You have all the old men sitting in the sun, talking away. And then from here, I have to wait till Maria catches up. We'll go to the plaza where the cathedral is. You can just see the part of the tower there. And there's much more old things to see here. That's quite a unique building right on the corner. It's all Moorish. It's got a blue and white tiles on it. Now I'm recording. Okay, so we've We went through a couple of museums in Carmona, and I tell you what's amazing. The Romans named this town Carmona. Carmel. And it's kept its name ever since. We are now in another Roman necropolis. And I'm telling you, the ones I filmed the other day had to be a lot older. Because Romans don't normally bury their dead that way. They bury them this way. So, this is a mausoleum. And if you look down in that hole, I can go down that ladder. I ain't going to. And I can go into the burial chamber. This is a very large cemetery, Roman cemetery. So, it's late in the afternoon. It's 2:45. We're going to walk around some. We have been walking our butts off today. Okay, let's continue this. Are you sure? What's it say? I wasn't recording.
Number 2.
No numbers, so we don't know if we're at number 2.
Yeah, we are. We're at number 2.
Okay. And then there's on this side, there's actually steps going down into that chamber down there. And then we've got that one. There's no steps to that one. And then we got this one here, one over there. So maybe I was wrong. The ones at Osuma probably were Roman, because the sign says they were. I want to see that one where the looks like actual buildings.
Yeah, but we were saying they enhanced the picture. It doesn't look that good in person.
So, here in this necropolis, evidently, the powers that be felt that this was worth protecting.
Well, it is.
And, oh, let's look over here. This is pretty cool here. We're getting late afternoon shadows, so I hope I can get it. But
Oh, here it is. This is it.
oh, this is it.
This picture.
Okay. I don't think we can get down in there, though, can we?
You can get over to there. So, just over to there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get another shot of it from over there. So you can't get down in there.
I can get down in there.
But this guy here probably was a family. Pretty wealthy dude got buried here. So I think we're gonna pack it up and go home. We're not gonna do this whole thing.
Look at these steps that they made going down.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The soil is so red here. Then you have these rocks. Okay, there's American
College
group of
students.
college students coming
Probably
down.
here on
Yeah.
some kind of exchange.
So we started right up there. Wasn't as big as I thought. Well, maybe it is. They just got
So that thing in the middle is where they were cremated.
what thing in the middle?
It says,
So you're thinking they're cremated here?
it says they were cremated and then placed.
Oh, okay. So, Carmona. Another deal. Another good place to take them. come here and visit. I recommend it.
I don't. We've seen better.
What?
I think we've seen better. Here.
I'm just gonna... This is a pretty extensive one. There's probably a lot more buried here. No. See, it has a roof over this and everything. So they're taking care of this one. First century BC. Okay. All right. Let's jump in the car and go. So this is the door of Hero. It was built by the Muslims into their old city, but was transformed when the Christians took over, and it became the main thoroughfare into the part of the old city. Maria says it's an absolute gem in there. So in the 1500s it got redone. Look at this. You can see where there was an arch there, and then there's a plaza here with exquisite arches, I think. And this is called the Palace, Ducal Palace, Plaza of the Ducal Palace, I think. So there's ancient Arabic, is what I would guess, on this arch. We found this simply by accident. We wanted to go to the tourist office, of course, and get information. And it was a one-way street, no place to park. So we end up driving around. There's a sign there. And we found a plaza that we parked in. And I'll read this to you, okay? So, we are in the Ducal Palace of the Castle of La Mota in the old Islamic Medina fortress, located in an extreme of the village in the highest and better defended part. It is surrounded by an independent walled perimeter. It was accessed by El Toro's door, which we just walked through. The residential noble area was found at entrance right. Catholic kings installed here in 1485, next to the Ponce of Leon, the Marquis of Cadiz, in order to treat military operations against Granada. Witnesses of the old splendor are St. Mary the Montes Church and the Convent of the Conception. So I think I seen a light in there, and Maria has disappeared. So this was all Moorish. Well, we have a very foggy day, and it was warm when we left the house, but now it's pretty cool. So this is the courtyard of the convent. And Maria just had him unlock a door for her. And you've seen that was a little Muslim arch there. So, I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's... Are you buying something? Oh. Have you done it yet? This is where did you ring a bell?
Douglas, I've already done it. Can you wait? Somebody else is speaking here.
You ring a bell and nuns ask you what you want, and then there's a revolving door. You're not allowed to look at the nun. And they give you what you want, and then you pay for it. Of course, you can't see the door move from this angle.
Sí.
Oh, maybe the door moves in there. There, the door moves.
Vale. Hermana,
Sí.
¿el importe?
Gave her the money.
Voy a mirar cuándo es mi 19.
19,43.
¿Solamente una cajita?
Sí, una paqueta.
Vale.
Let me see the door.
The door is here,
Okay.
and it goes around, and I
Son
want...
4 euros.
Sí.
Aquí le pongo y le pongo el cambio.
Gracias.
A usted.
Okay.
So this is the outside of the Church of the Sisters. Now, there's an old wall that I want to try and explore. It was built by the Romans. So I'm going to go this way, Maria. Look, there's an older building there. Then behind it is the convent. Here's the church. One of these churches was built in the 1100s. So I think we're close to the wall. I'm gonna try and find it.
I don't think we're close.
But
And we're not going down those stairs.
here is part of the old Roman wall. See that gate locked? And I just wonder, no, it doesn't go in this direction. During the Dark Ages, you know, people would just tear down buildings for the building materials that was in it. So should we try and get to that church? Or jump in the car and be lost for an hour trying to find the signs to it? I don't know. We'll see if we can find a way to it. How about that?